What's up, everybody? It's Justin with another episode of In Case You Missed It. This is episode number 6. In case you missed it is when we break down this week's live Ask Me Anything episode. I do a Facebook Live Ask Me Anything every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central at facebook.com/the Clovis Culture. What I've started doing in these last 6 weeks is breaking down that usually 60 to 90 minute long AMA into a little 5 to 10 minute recap here on Instagram Live. That's what we're doing today. This week was AMA number 45. It was called Back to Basics for the Newbies. What I decided to do was break down exactly what Clovis is and how it works in a nutshell for the people that have just come into the Clovis fold, just gotten their new custom nutrition plan. So we're talking about how the Clovis protocol works. Let's jump in. We started with Clovis in a nutshell. How does this work? You can go to imclovis.com/start. imclovis.com/start. You will learn all about testimonies, how Clovis works, sign up for a custom nutrition plan, and you will get custom macros from me. You get an email that tells you exactly what to do. You send me your information, age, height, weight, activity level, health goals, what you want out of this whole program. The more details, the better, and I will make you a custom nutrition plan by hand with a little Casio calculator. I'm not using these online calculators like the rest of the world does that are just ridiculous and don't work. I build you an individual plan based on your unique needs and goals as an individual. You get custom macros from me, fat, protein, and net carbohydrates. Your job is to hit those macros every day using only the foods found on the Clovis approved foods list, which, by the way, has over 100 food items. Over 100. You don't need any more variety than that, I promise you. It's that simple. Use the Carb Manager app and you just track your food every day. What did you eat? Hit your macros using Clovis approved foods. That's it. It's really that simple. Then we talked about why this works. Why does Clovis work? Because I give you the proper macronutrient ratios, again, fat, protein, net carbohydrates, to finally let your body access adipose tissue for fuel. This means you will burn stored body fat. This is not keto, but we restrict carbohydrates enough to allow your body to access its own body fat for fuel. This is a process called fat adaptation, okay? And all you have to do is hit your macros every day. This is another question I get. Do I hit my macros at every meal or do I hit my macros at every day? You don't need every meal to be the proper macronutrient ratio. Just hit your macronutrient ratios for the day as a whole. I prefer you loading net carbohydrates on the back end of the day in the last 2 meals of the day. Then we talked about fitness. People think that I'm anti-fitness. Not true. I train 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day. But most of you come to me overweight and obese. If you are overweight or obese, intense exercise is bad for you. I promise you it will work against your fat loss goals. I don't care what anyone else has told you. I know the biochemistry. This is biochemistry. It's simple. It's about systemic inflammation. If you're overweight and obese, fitness is going to work against your health goals. We need to get you healthy first. Then we can talk about intense fitness. We also talked about why there are no grains whatsoever on the Clovis approved foods list. I need you all to understand, all of the grains that you eat come from one family, the Gramineae family. It is a family of domesticated grasses. And every single grain that we eat in American society is all from this same family. It doesn't matter what you're eating. A whole wheat bagel, pasta, bread, oatmeal, quinoa, wheatgrass, whatever. It's all the same. Grains are non-human foods. We did not evolve to eat them. They do not belong in our systems. What we have learned in the last 10 years about the gut microbiome proves this. These have proteins in them called lectins that destroy the lining of your gut, cause intestinal permeability, lead to autoimmune issues, lead to inflammation, and every single metabolic disease known to man starts in the gut. Get rid of the grains, no joke. And that is the reason why I also don't allow cheat days. In this episode, we talked about cheat days. So you come to me overweight and obese, that means you're sick, you do not have proper gut health. There's no way you do. You can't be obese and have proper gut health at the same time, okay? So step 1, heal the gut. If I give you a cheat day every week, that's like you got stabbed, went to the hospital, got the knife pulled out and stitched up. 6 days later, you rip the stitches out, bleed all over the floor, get stitched back up. 6 days later, rip the stitches out. You're ripping open an open wound. an unhealed wound over and over and over. This is what cheat days do, especially in the beginning when you don't have good gut health, okay? Then we talked about salt. Salt is an essential mineral. Without it, you die. And somehow it has become demonized in America because the mainstream gets this wrong. Not only that, but when you're on a low carb diet like Clovis, moderately low carb, you are going to have higher level of blood ketones and lower levels of blood glucose. This is sodium excreting. You will excrete more sodium. You need more sodium in the diet. I supplement with Redmond sea salt. I recommend 3 to 6 grams of sodium per day per person. Then we talked about restaurants. What about restaurants? How do you order in a restaurant? This question makes me laugh. It makes me shake my head and giggle because you just order real food. That's it. The restaurant works for you. You don't work for the restaurant. Why are people so afraid of this? You say, hey, let me get some meat and let me get some vegetables. I'll take 8-ounce filet and steamed broccoli. Done. That's it. Do you want the breadbasket, sir? No, I don't. No, thank you. You can even tell them you're celiac if you want to. Say whatever you want to make sure the garbage doesn't end up on your table. They will be accommodating. I have lived like this for almost a decade. I promise you, I never have any trouble at restaurants whatsoever. They work for you. Again, you can tell them you're celiac if you want to, but here's what you don't do. Do not tell that server that you are paleo or keto or low carb or avoiding gluten. I don't eat gluten. Don't be that person. They will hate you immediately. You don't want to do that, okay? Then we covered the myth that eating healthy is too expensive. Simply not true. Let's talk about reallocating funds. When I tell you need to eat grass-fed beef or wild-caught fish or organic vegetables, people go, that's gonna be so expensive. My grocery budget is already so high. That's exactly the problem. We need to shrink the grocery budget first. So once we get rid of the non-human foods, let's say your grocery your budget is $300. We get rid of the Doritos, the Oreos, the Special K cereal, the skim milk, the Cracker Barrel cheese, whatever the hell you've been buying. Get rid of all that nonsense, and then you've saved hundreds of dollars. You can now reallocate those funds on foods that make you healthy, such as grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, salmon, wild-caught tuna, organic vegetables, whatever, right? Reallocate funds. I'm not asking you to spend more. I'm asking you to spend the same and reallocate on different foods. Then we talked about fasting. People think fasting is a required part of the Clovis protocol. It is not. It is not. It is not. Fasting is not required at all with Clovis. It's simply something that I taught people about, and they took that information and ran with it, okay? But you don't have to do this. For many of you, switching from a standard American diet where 60% of your intake is refined processed carbohydrates, it's going to be a difficult lifestyle shift in the beginning. Why would we add the obstacle of fasting on top of that? Why? Let's not do that. Let's just make sure that you can hit your macros every single day and get the results you deserve. We will start there. You don't have to fast. Then we talked about the big giant topic of how to handle the haters, aka your loved ones. All the people that are gonna tell you that those eggs are gonna make your cholesterol go higher and all that fat from grass-fed beef is gonna kill you and you're gonna get cancer from red meat and all the horse shit that people say, particularly the people who are overweight and have no idea what they're talking about, right? So this is my personal philosophy. You can take it or leave it. The way this works in my life is my loved ones have a choice to make. They will either be a positive influence in my life or they will get out. Period. I'm not kidding. I don't care if it's a breakup. I don't care if it's a divorce. I don't care if it's, I'm not taking the kids to see grandma anymore. You make a decision. Do not allow negative people in your life. You are trying to change your health for the better and they're trying to bring you down. That's insane. You let them know one time in one single conversation that they will respect your decisions as a grown adult and they will be a positive force in your life or they will get out and you will find new people. That simple. So the last thing we talked about was alcohol. Alcohol doesn't make you fat. What? Yes, that's correct. I said alcohol doesn't make you fat. It's all the other nonsense that you mix with alcohol that makes you fat. The margaritas, the beers, the daiquiris, whatever, right? That's what makes you fat. Alcohol itself doesn't. In fact, I left the listeners with this. I would much rather have you drink pure alcohol every single day if the choice is between alcohol every day or your fruit juice, apple juice and orange juice, Capri Suns, your soda, your Diet Coke, your Monster energy drinks, and the Mocha Choco Frappa, whatever you buy at Starbucks. I would rather have you drink alcohol every day, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to get some good alcohol, go to dryfarmwines.com/ Clovis. There you go, everybody. That was AMA number 45 in a nutshell. It was called Back to Basics for the Newbies. This recap was probably over 5 minutes. I don't know how long I've been going, but it was a long time. This will go up on YouTube. It's gonna be out on the email series, the weekly recap that goes out every single week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me a direct message if you'd like. Wave at me, leave me the emojis, do all the happy things. Jess, Andrea, shots of me, that's Jess. Yeah, I think that's Jess. The healthy, what's up, Sam? How you doing? All you people, hit the emojis, do all the things, hit the wave button, send me direct messages, let me know what you think of these recaps. Also, go to clovis.show. Clovis.show, S-H-O-W. C-L-O-V-I-S.S-H-O-W. Clovis.show, you can find all of the podcast episodes from the Perfect Paleo Podcast. All of my AMAs become podcasts. Very simple to find all of my content, and it's all free, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to work with me one-on-one, go to imclovis.com/start. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. This has been, in case you missed it, number 6